the zodiac signs that secretly envy others. There are certain people who always seem to be in a constant state of absolute envy toward others. But the worst part of all is that they don't dare to say it openly, so they prefer to take refuge in silent envy. This not only affects the person who receives that envy, but also affects them as well, since they don't allow themselves to move forward or evolve in life, because the only dynamic they know is to look outward and judge. Number 4. Gemini. Gemini is a sign famous for having several faces. We all know that when we are talking to a native of this sign, we should never take as absolute truth anything they say, because they can often be lying. However, what many people don't know is that sometimes this behavior comes from deep envy. What they want most is always to be liked by others and to make people laugh. But what they often lack is the ability to take things seriously and become responsible for certain aspects of their lives. And since they can't achieve that, they have no choice but to look outward and desire what they don't have. You can clearly see their envious personality when they become too ironic or sarcastic in their communication. That's the worst part. Gemini will never tell you directly that they envy you or that they want what you have. Number 3, Pisces. Pisces is a sign famous for always being in the clouds and having a superior inner world. Some might believe that the life of Pisceans is perfect simply because they seem to live in a constant fairy tale. This is mainly due to their ability to romanticize life in every situation, making even adversity look beautiful. What they want most is to maintain that inner world, but also let go of the extreme sensitivity that often works against them. Not only that, but Pisces also dreams that everyone else could be as sensitive and empathetic as they are, something we know will never happen. You can clearly see their envious personality when they play the victim, trying to get pity for what others have, and they don't. What they don't realize is that this role doesn't help them much, and until they start working for what they want, they won't be able to get the life they desire. Number 2, Libra. Libra is a sign famous for always wanting to please. They are probably one of the most condescending signs of the zodiac, which makes many people adore them, while just as many can't stand their attitude. The truth is that Libra constantly keeps their eyes on others, watching what they could change in their personality to make everyone feel comfortable, which ultimately results in having more friends or a busier social life. What they desire most is for others to see them, value them, and find them so trustworthy that, if someone has a problem, Libra would be the first person they think of. Of course, they also tend to be a bit gossipy, and having people speak well of them is their greatest weakness. You can clearly see their envious personality when they use that gossipy side against people they care about, just to look good in front of others. Number 1, Virgo. Virgo is a sign famous for being extremely obsessive and meticulously perfectionist. For them, everything has to be perfect. And although this is generally a positive trait, it can sometimes cause them a great deal of stress. This makes them not always enjoy being the most detailed one in the group. What Virgo natives desire most is that everyone else could be just as perfectionist as they are, so they wouldn't have to be the ones always taking care of everything. But clearly, that doesn't happen overnight, and so Virgo often ends up feeling frustrated and full of anger. You can clearly see their envious personality when, disturbed by that stress, they start getting angry with other people, who are generally not to blame for their unhealthy obsessions. Honorable mention, Capricorn. And finally, the sign that didn't make it into the ranking, but definitely deserves a place on this list, Capricorn. Capricorn is one of the most successful signs of the zodiac. They are famous for having a great job, an excellent salary, and what anyone would describe as a perfect life. However, although many people don't know it, they are great enviers, especially of those who can dive deeply into their emotional world and show vulnerability, something that is almost impossible for them. Thank you for watching the video, and let us know your thoughts in comments box below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get all the updates.